Hey guys, James from Being Delivered here. Today we're going to talk about cold brew. We're going to show you a recipe to brew up some nice coffee that you can stick in the fridge and enjoy on a hot afternoon. There's a couple of reasons why you might want to brew cold brew. Maybe you just don't like your coffee hot, or maybe, like I said, you want to have a nice cold iced coffee during the day, during those long hot summer afternoons. So today we're going to brew up some cold coffee. We're going to use some coarsely ground coffee, which we've got here in our bag, which we just pre-ground. We're going to weigh it out. We're going to use a 1:15 ratio. So we're going to use about 66-67 grams of coffee to 1 litre of water. Now we're using really good water today. So we filtered it with a Brita filter, so we know we've got a lot of the impurities out. We're going to brew it up. We're going to put it in a bottle. We're going to seal it, and we're going to leave it for between 12 and 24 hours. Then we'll come back. We'll have a look at it. We'll see how it tastes. We'll filter out the coffee, so we'll filter out the grounds using a filter, maybe a sieve, maybe some filter papers. We'll see how it looks, and then we will pop it back in the fridge for an hour, and we will have that lovely home brewed cold coffee to try. So let's get started. First thing we want to do is we want to weigh out our coffee. So we've got our scale here, which we'll pop on. We're going to use this little cup, and we'll just make sure that we've got it set to 0. So, we're using some coffee today that we got from our friends at Farmhand. It's a Guatemalan washed coffee. So, it's nice, it's organic as well. So, I'm not sure what this is going to be like in a cold brew, but we'll see soon enough. So, we want to make sure we've got a nice amount in here. We said 66-67 grams, which is lots of coffee. 62. 67. So we've got our coffee in here. As I said, a lot of coffee, not the normal amount of coffee you might want to use. We're then going to pop our coffee into our vessel, which we've got here. Now, because this has quite a small and kind of narrow opening, we're going to use a filter. We're going to use a strainer, funnel. We're going to use a funnel. So we'll pop our coffee in. And just trying to spill any, like I just did. There we go. Yep, try not to spill your coffee all over your nice clean table like I just did. So we've got our coffee in there, and we're going to put in 1 litre of water. So we can use our filter, we can use our scale again if we need to. But I know this holds 1 litre of water, so once I go up as far as here, that's 1 litre. So I'm going to use the funnel again, purely because I don't want to make a mess. And so we will begin to pour. So cold brew coffee, the extraction obviously takes a lot longer because the water is cold, but you should also get rid of some of the bitterness that you might normally taste. Now what you don't want to do is that, where your coffee comes out and spills all over your table. Pop that in there. We'll grab a cloth, we'll give it a wipe, we'll seal it up, and we'll put it away for 24 hours, for between 12 and 24 hours. Okay, so our coffee has been steeping for about 20 hours now at this stage. What we're going to do is we're going to pop it open. And we're going to filter it. You can do this with maybe some Harry V60 papers. We're going to use a Chemex because it's quite large. We're going to pour our coffee into the Chemex through the filter paper, which we've already washed, and then we will pour the coffee maybe back into the bottle, or else leave it in the Chemex and pop it in the fridge for about an hour or two to let cool. So there we go, our cold brew in our Chemex. Smells good. I'm going to pop it back into the fridge for an hour. So just pour it in here. Alternatively, you can just pop your Chemex. If you've got a lid or if you've got a seal for it, you can pop it that straight into the fridge. We're going to use this nice bottle, this nice glass bottle that we've got here. seal it up, and we'll come back to it in about an hour when it's nice and cold. So here it is, nice and cold, and we will have a nice glass. If you want it colder, you want it ice cold, pop some ice in as well, get a nice ice cold coffee. But there you go, had to brew a nice cold brew at home for those long hot summer days.